Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. First, I want to apologize if you hear any drilling. It's behind the wall. I don't know what the neighbors are doing, but I will try to focus on what I would like to tell you today and not pay much attention. I hope it doesn't bother you much if there is any sound coming. So there is one information that has been circulating for the last 2 days across Poland. And I'm not sure if you have heard about it, if you actually heard about it in some Western media, because even the mainstream media in Poland, which is very much pro-Ukraine, has put out an article about it. And this is what I would like to talk to you about. One Polish channel, Suwerenny.pl, dedicated entire video to this, and I decided to translate a big portion of that article for you to have an idea what's happening at the Polish-Ukrainian border. And that is the part, if I pronounce it correctly, is the crossing with Ukraine in Dorohusk and Chreben. So the article is from onet.pl, and this is very much mainstream media, like I said before, platform. And it's titled, "Gigantic Queues on the Polish-Ukrainian Border. Polish drivers return beaten up. Carriers threaten to block the border." So in this article, it's explained how the situation looks like with humanitarian aid that is going from Polish side to Ukraine. And it says queues of several dozen kilometers, fights between drivers, keeping on hold empty trucks, and the slowness of Polish custom officers. These are the main problems complained about by Polish carriers who transport humanitarian aid to Ukraine. They demand that the Polish authorities resolve the situation. If their demands are not met, even a complete blockage of border crossing is possible. So here are the key points from this article. On just one crossing, there is almost 2,000 trucks that are standing in queues of many kilometers. Ukrainians are demolishing our cars. Now, this is the quote. Sorry, guys, I hope I'm still here. Ukrainians are demolishing our cars and breaking the windows. There are also fights between the drivers. They fear to go that way, tell us Robert Gradus, who is the head of transport company from Chełm. That's the name of the city, Chełm. He continues, after the outbreak of the war, certain provisions have been loosened as a part of helping Ukraine. Unfortunately, our eastern neighbors started to take the advantage of it. And the article continues, our resources do not want to say what exactly they are transporting. It is a mystery. They only say that humanitarian aid goes to soldiers and Ukrainian civilians. Just a side note here, I was thinking, and I know this might sound strange, could they transport any weapons? No, I mean, is it possible? Could be, right? I mean, I'm not saying, but I continue. If the trucks returned faster, there would be more such shipments going on. When everything was running smoothly, the transport from Poland to Lviv, we say, including the return to the country, took about 6 days. Currently, transporting goods, unloading and waiting in a queue for the possibility of crossing the border takes from 12, 13 days up. The passing of Polish drivers wasn't liked by their Ukrainian colleagues, who also stand in long queues. The heat, the lack of sanitation, and the nerves do their job. Dantesque scenes are happening there. quite often there were situations where when the cars came back damaged and the drivers were beaten up. So this is very serious situation, guys. And you know how I look at this, and actually I agree with suverenny.pl, that gentleman who has Polish channel. The link will be down below. It's in Polish only, but you can go there. And also this article I will put down below. I see this, that they are trying to restrict. This is humanitarian aid, but I think they're trying to restrict the goods to be delivered over there. However, they will be still continuing to bring the goods from that side over here, which means that sides are having some business going and the delivery is smooth, but from this side, it might not go. So they are trying to protest, I think soon about it. As far as now, I haven't heard anything about any officials taking any actions. We see, I will keep you posted. I will keep an eye on this actually. We see how this goes, but this is very unfortunate because even if you look from the very common sense, logical standpoint, and you think, all right, so here are people bringing some help, and they have been treated this way, threatened and treated this way. This is how you say thank you. I mean, we already know this by now, right? As far as the number of refugees, some people say in my comments that it was 3 million. This, okay, officially now, it was definitely over 4 million refugees, but some statistics even say that it was already 5 million. And I'm absolutely sure there will be more coming in. And that's how the situation looks on the border. Last information that I came across is about Polish coal, that of course we have, but that's, excuse me, is continuing to be sold out of Poland while we don't have it. So we buy it, we don't have it, we have it, but we buy it from other countries like Venezuela, for example. So imagine the cost of shipping. However, the quality of that coal, as I've read, as I came across this information, carries only 20% of this energetic value, which means it's trashy, right? So you have 20% of this energy in this purchased coal, while the coal we have apparently much, much higher quality. That's what I've read, that's what I've heard, is being sold. And therefore, the Polish harbor, I believe Gdańsk, is one of the busiest harbors in Europe at this point, because they are selling the wood like crazy from Poland, and they are selling coal like crazy. So this is the current update, everyone. I will have video coming out tonight with an interview. It's scheduled with Scott Ritter. Hopefully it happens, it goes through. So stay tuned. And then another video for sure this week. Click the notification bell, and all the links are down below. Also, I have on my locals, I ask if you want to ask Scott Ritter a question. You can post it on the locals, and I will choose the question for Scott, 1 or 2, depending how much time we have for this conversation. Thank you everyone for watching. Lots of love. The link to the article is placed down below. You can translate it. It's not that hard. And I see you soon. I see you tonight.